This is the second day I've been working with this young mare. She's a 3-year-old mare. Very nice. We put together a very nice mover. She had been started a few months earlier by some people who got her made her afraid of the whip and taught her to race around at the end of the lunge line. And so she became afraid of the whip. She became afraid of the work. And my job today will be just to show her that she can go slowly and relax, and she doesn't have to move forward a whole lot. She can just plop around at whatever speed she's comfortable at. I want her to see that she doesn't have to be afraid of the whip. And that's 90% of what we need to accomplish here. So you can see what I'm doing initially is just starting out by letting her go out on really quite a small circle, because if I let her out at the end of the line, she'll just race around out of balance. You can see even on the small circle she's already falling in and out of balance. So in a few minutes you'll see as she starts to relax how much better all of this gets. So here we are just 2 minutes later, and you can begin to see how she's already much calmer. She's not worried about racing around. There's a few nice little steps in the trot. And when she just comes back to the walk, I absolutely don't chase her forward. That's what caused the problem. I just help her to move out again and invite her to move on again in a very easy way so that she doesn't worry. And look at what a nice trot we have. And you can see she's already starting to bend all the way through her body, and it's all because I let her relax and enjoy the work. Here you can see her starting off very easily. She right away finds her tempo and her rhythm, and you can see she bends through her body. It's all because there's no tension. Later on in her training I want more energy, but I never want any more tension. Notice when this mare stops, she's going to turn towards me, and I'm just going to pet her and reassure her that everything is fine. A lot of people make a mistake when they begin with these young horses and they want the horse to stop out on the end of the circle, out on the circle. That's fine. I want this mare to stop on the end of on the circle too, but not today. You'll see in a few more days that it just comes very easily. She doesn't feel the need to turn in and ask me if everything's okay each time. So don't worry about the small things. The big things are she's relaxed, she's bending, and she's comfortable in the work.
That's pretty good.
Now that this mare is relaxed and not afraid of me or the whip, I can start teaching her the correct response to the whip, which is not to run from it, but to just step over and away from it, quietly, in an easy way. See, right now she's totally clueless about it. That's fine. That's the way they all are. That's fine. That was a good response. Just pick up her leg like that. I'll reward that. Yeah, I just give her a little push over to give her a hint as to what I expect. And now I touch her with the whip, followed by a little push over. Pushing her over like that, it's just a technique, just a method to sort of help them understand. There are other ways. Sometimes you can just stand there and tap, tap, tap until they move their leg. She was being a little slow about that. So now you'll see about 4 or 5 minutes later, I can touch her with the whip and she's beginning to get the idea. So I don't have to push as much, I just touch her and she's starting to step over much easier. Let's just watch for a minute. And here you see I didn't have to push at all. I just touched her with the whip and she stepped over and away very nicely. Now you can see it's quite a bit of time later and this mare is still finding this exercise difficult. she's not being resistant, she's not being evasive, she's not trying to get back at me and refuse. She just is a little clumsy. And, well, there she was quite good. But this just doesn't come easy to these young horses. It's not a real natural movement. The last few steps were good enough that I started to work a little bit from this side. But frankly, I think she had pretty well had it, so after just a couple of minutes we called it a day, and we'll pick up again tomorrow.